Hello, welcome back. I'd be lying if I said it wasn't a struggle last time, but we must progress. The Bastille, that one was probably harder than it needed to be, but we did it, we got through it, we persevered. Putney Woods, we'll see what this has got for us. Let's do it. Oh, ooh. Okay. Just swab my fingers up a little bit. The only other time I've had to play something like this was in the last level of Shell's Retriever. It was particularly bad because there was a lot of max float, like just long regrabs. So doing that was a little bit of a strain. I'm hoping that this is a little bit less intense, a little bit more forgiving. Let's go. Good start. So big jump and then switch to spin. Okay. So we throw that up a lot later, and that's going to be a long regrab. Alright. One less bounce for sure. Surprised I got the block grab last couple of times. The first couple of times. Maybe I am getting better at those. Oh. Oh. Man, my mood just swung to two extremes in such a short amount of time. That was quick. That was quick. That was good. I think I can kind of chill slightly for a sec. Alright. Can definitely calm down. This is, so far, not so bad. I think this is alright. This is more for my benefit, just this self-reassurance. We'll get this. Okay, it's alright. Bounce, bounce, bounce. We transfer over. And that, to me, looks like a turn block on top of a green pipe, and that's probably a mushroom check to get into the pipe. Let's make that happen. Why are there two? I only think I need the right one. Kind of confused me a little bit, like, I reckon I could have salvaged that. Yeah, see, look at that. Get f***ed. Do I still need the mushroom? Oh, I don't. Well, you almost got me. I almost got myself. All right. Well, that was a fast one. That's good. I like that. I'm glad the motor skills is done. That I've only had experiences with that where it's been a very difficult level. That was not too bad. I think I'm happy that that I'd experienced that in a different context before running into it in that one. I think that might have been quite tricky. Discordant system. Let's dance to it. Oh, blue ribbon. I caught the end of your stream. Got in on that raid. That was cool. But the furthest I saw you get on that was the kind of the layer 2 pipe kind of thing, the 2 grey pipes. You might have gotten further than that while I wasn't checking it out. Yeah, I actually learned something. I learned something watching you doing that. I didn't know it was possible to stop, like to pause before the 2 grey pipes. The entire time I played that, I just assumed something was going to crush me there. So I was just go through that. Okay, Rex time. So I guess that screen that I was on just then was sort of just like a, hey, intro, basic jumps. That's bad advice for the wrong level. Oh, this guy uncrushes. Hey. Kind of threw me for a sec. Okay, is there any reason to bounce on him? Actually, I want to just test something. If he's crushed... Okay. Yeah. Okay, so we can't bounce on him twice in a row. That would be death. But it appears as though he kind of uncrushes at some point. I wonder if that's going to come into play. Okay, so... Okay. Oh, hang on. He only uncrushes once. Why is that? Oh, it's the, there's that little block he goes over. Okay. I'm paying attention now. Alright, so I've got to clear the way for him there. Yeah, there's, you know, this is one of those chocolate sprinkle kind of hacks. Which was pretty cool. I hadn't seen that in Super Mario World before. Oh, what? So I'm going to need him. I don't know why I jumped onto him. I'm sure I can make it off the number platform. Yeah, I find it hard to work through all these things as they come up. So the more I can think about what's coming up, the better it is. And it's sometimes very hard to focus on that sort of stuff when... Oh, see, just then I... Actually, can I do that? I mean, ideally I'd throw that early. I'm thinking I throw it early, but then a turn block will only spin 8 times before it becomes solid again. I wonder if he'll make it on time. It's not deliberately obtuse, but I noticed that that's kind of what it ended up being, and I'm running with it because it's extremely entertaining to me. Oh. Man, I was really left hanging at that section. He's so far behind. I think that a high death count, and I'm not like just trying to, you know, placate you or anything like that, but I think that a high death count says a lot. It means that you've got that kind of mentality, that Kaiser mentality, where it's like, it does not matter at all if this is going to take me, you know, a week or a month or a year. It's just that we're going to stick with it and progress when we progress. But just that, what's the word? Persistence. The persistence and just tenacity to continue in the face of just frustration or just rage or whatever it is. I think that if I had to like run a masterclass, like what's the most important thing to learn if you were going to get into this sort of stuff, it would be just patience and tenacity. That's going to get you much further than saying, oh, you've you've got to get really good at doing a double shell jump or something like that. Like, that's just the fundamental sort of mental thing that I think that every player needs, and everything else comes after that. I'd like to be able to experience what the creator wanted me to do, and not just, yeah, look up a solution or something. Because there have been a couple of, let's say, cryptic kind of sections where you have to use a little bit of brain power to figure some stuff out. Oh. Excuse me? What is this? I missed something, obviously. How am I going to get in that up pipe? I mean, the fact that it's an up pipe is bad enough. But what am I going to... I mean, obviously I've missed something. I'm hoping that something hasn't just failed to spawn, because that would be not so good. That would mean that I did everything right and still... Oh, that pulled me down. That was weird. I guess I let go of the jump button when I was in the... No, I wouldn't have let go of the jump button in midair. That's not a thing I do with a shell jump. Yeah, I guess it just lined up in a way where that platform, I got stuck to the top of it and it pulled me down. Because even that can be quite deceptive. Like, if you play the first level of a hack, that doesn't really tell you much about what you're going to be coming up against. Have I got to get that shell back somehow? I know that some people in their streams are like, oh, you don't backseat, no spoilers, don't tell me what to do. Like, I'm not... I haven't even had to think about what that's going to look like here. But we'll see. Yeah, okay, so... Okay, almost forgot to get off that platform. That was a bit of a panic moment. Okay, we get that. Alright. The thing with those number platforms, right, no matter what time, no matter when you trigger them, they always end at the same place. So that jump's always going to be like that. The only difference I can do is possibly trigger the second one a little later, so I've got a bit more time to adjust. So maybe that's the play. I'll have to see if that messes up anything in the middle. I don't know if that plays into how that works. Alright, so there's a little bit of a delay on that. Ugh. Then that makes the red shell pickup a lot tighter, I think. Get the shell. Oh, man. I wonder. I think I might be doing this wrong. I'm going to try, when I grab the shell, because I was getting in the habit of setting up for a shell jump, I've been grabbing the shell, then turning back to the right. I'll be grabbing the shell while facing left. I'm going to continue facing left and sort of get the jump into the wall, so I'll get a bit more height on it. I don't have to do a turnaround and lose a bunch of that. And that might land me on the platform with a better position to be turning around and making the jump. Okay, so there we go. That's what we do. And then we... Alright. Shell jump. Shell jump was fine. Happy with the shell jump. That was not a problem. I don't know, maybe the shell jump was bad because it didn't place me exactly in the middle of that pipe. Get it. Okay, continue left, jump there. Big jump, up pipe. Alright. We have checkpoint 2. But I'm happy. Let's do something. Oh, okay. This is a section. This I can get behind. This looks like fun. Alright. Yeah, it is truly a castle. Hey, at least there are checkpoints, right? Alright, so that's the top one goes right, bottom one goes left. So with these kind of levels, you're using a lot of like base of your thumb to hold the jump button down almost all the time. And I can't do that for a very long time, or it actually becomes painful. So I'm thinking I might need to look into changing the way that I'm gripping the controller. Possibly switching over to a controller that has those nice kind of horns on it, I guess, that support your palm. And hopefully finding one of those that is actually good for this sort of stuff. See, I don't know if any of this transfers, but when I used to take guitar lessons as a very young boy, young teen, my instructor was very adamant about holding the neck with that kind of flat sort of thing. That kind of, not the that kind of thing, but more like a that kind of thing. And I don't know if you're supposed to hold the controller. See, I'm mostly kind of doing this stupid thing. But you might, like, flat palm might be, maybe that transfers over to holding a controller in some way, is sort of doing a flat palm rather than sort of a cupped palm kind of thing. When you get to become older, as you'd probably be aware, like there's things you used to as a kid that suddenly you're like, oh, I can't do that anymore, that's horrible for me. You're getting away with it for so long, you've got all these really bad habits. There is a better way to do a lot of this stuff, and unfortunately for a lot of people, like they only learn that once they literally can't do it anymore. You know, it's become such a problem that now, you know, their livelihood is taken away from them because they're not sort of respecting their body and its limits. For me, that's something that's becoming more apparent, you know, day by day, as I age, is that just because you've always done something a certain way, or, you know, it feels comfortable right now, there are much better ways to do things. Back when I was in my 20s, in my 20s, you know, I'd be like, oh, I can totally, you know, use a mouse like this. You know, I can have a really high sort of jack sensitivity and have my wrist hanging over the edge of the desk. And it got to a certain point, what have I been, maybe, I don't know, maybe late 20s, where I was like, oh, this is extremely uncomfortable. You know, losing feeling in your hand. And so for mouse stuff, you know, when I used to, you know, play mouse-related games for a long time per day, that resulted in me sort of moving to a lower sensitivity where I'm spreading out the movement across sort of, you know, elbow up to shoulder kind of stuff. And then you've got to worry about, well, now that more of the body's involved, like now I've got to be much more conscious of posture, because I'm kind of leaning a bit away from that arm and all that sort of stuff. So I can kind of see the same journey happening with a controller. That's something I should get onto as early as I can. The first time I'd heard of the flat palm thing, it might have been like a Panga video. I don't know when it came up. It may have been when he was doing a run through of Kaizo Kindergarten. I could be wrong. I've seen so many videos of different things, like, who knows, could be wrong. But I think he mentioned that at some point. There we go, there's that. Oh, that's one of those double bounce green shells. Okay. Might do a little bit more research as well. I don't think the Super Nintendo controller is the most ergonomic. Because it is quite thin and there's no palm support on it. So I don't know if a lot of, you know, videos relating to controller ergonomics and the way that you're supposed to, you know, play or whatever. I needed to trigger that guy earlier. Yeah, I don't know if a lot of just generic controller ergonomic sort of videos are going to apply to it. See, I'll see how that goes. Otherwise, look, maybe it's time to buy a controller. I've heard good and bad things about the 8-bit do SN30 Pro Plus. It seems like nobody can be happy with the performance of a D-pad. I don't know if this is like a gamer sin or something, but I've had video games since like the NES. That was the first sort of game system we had in the home. But I've never ever played a Zelda game. The closest thing I've played to a Zelda game would be Goof Troop on the Super Nintendo. It has a harpoon gun, so that's and it's a top-down. So, I mean, you know, you can pick up items. You have to navigate around with a top-down view. Look, it's a pretty good game, and to be fair, it is a Capcom game. Yeah, look, if I had to pick, I mean, you can't go past Mario 3 as like, you know, one of the best NES titles, but if DuckTales was longer, I really enjoyed that one. And it's good to see that I'm not the only one. Like, I look into all these lists and everyone's like, yeah, that's a good one. Alright. Casual double shell jump. It wasn't a tight one though. That first jump sucked. And I still made it, so that's fine. And we have checkpoint 4? 3? Checkpoint 3. Okay. Oh. Oh, alright. I don't want to sound like I'm bragging, but I don't know why like double shell jumps get like the big rep. It's just like doing a shell jump, but you just do it twice. Yeah, so anyway, I'm just, everything I buy, it's going to be NTSC unless it's, you know, in later generation where they had PAL 60 and full screen things. Why did that work that time? What am I doing? Ooh, okay. I mean, I just had to do a big bounce off that one, but that was too much progress for me to comprehend. You can't use a PAL version of the Super Mario World ROM to patch because, you know, everything that's out of Lunar Magic, all the patches, they're designed, everyone's designing it for the USA ROM. So I'm pretty happy with that. It's money that I didn't need to spend, but for convenience and simplicity, I mean, I've got the setup up here so that I can, you know, do recording of gameplay, essentially. Alright, so, ooh, I gotta get off that much earlier. Look, the biggest downside of running actual hardware, or just something that isn't running on your computer, like an emulator, is that I don't know how I could possibly do an input display. So I want an input display. But I currently don't have the knowledge or skills in order to do that with the setup that I've got. Alright, that's another room. Okay. So, what is that, checkpoint 4? This is going to be a long one. Alright, so... Oh, okay. So we're doing some continuous jumps back and forth onto the saw. Yeah, I think I've got a lot more time than what I think. Yeah. Oh, okay. Is that the last one that's going to come? Okay, so we do that. Ah. Okay. So I might work on that. The thing is, I don't want to make too much stuff because I'm not really a big streamer or anything like that. But I don't really have like a cool like look or any kind of brand or like this is my color scheme, this is my sort of look kind of thing. And I don't want to have to recreate things too much, but I mean if I just spend 5 minutes, I mean that's not really much of a cost in terms of time to quickly jam something together. I'm not bad at, you know, Photoshop and things like that. It's one of those things where I've never done anything professional with Photoshop, but I know enough about it that, you know, I'll do something for someone because I know a little bit about it, and they're like, where'd you learn Photoshop? I just used it a bunch to do things. So I could probably do something with that. You know, since I've been trying to get some of these things onto YouTube, I've been learning a little bit about video editing sort of stuff as well. Like, if you need someone that's gonna do anything audio related, I'm your guy. I know things like that. But when it comes, and I don't think this stream is an excellent example of that because I don't have a setup that's really good for monitoring what my live mic sounds like. So in terms of like setting up all my filters and stuff in OBS, I haven't put the time in because I can't monitor it live while I'm tweaking things. So it's a little bit of guesswork. But anyway, video stuff is something I've just been pushing myself into just so I can edit some playthroughs together, and that's been good. That's another one of those things where at some point I'll be able to help someone out and they'll be like, wow, when did you learn to edit videos? You should do this professionally. And I'm just like, oh, I don't know, I just had to cut some stuff together for YouTube because I want to save some of these things for posterity, and just I don't know, I'm one of those people that learns best by doing, and if I don't have a reason to do something, I can't find the motivation to actually do it. I am very much a do-it-yourself kind of guy. Yeah. Oh, you can do video edit. Yeah. Yeah, look, I'm happy with DaVinci Resolve. You know, I know the shortcut for going between the razor blade tool and the normal sort of arrow tool. And I know that the delete key does a delete and shuffle down the timeline, so I don't know how much faster or better I need at this point. I'm yeah, not looking to do anything fancy. Yeah, I mean, hey, if it's working, yeah, I'm a bit like that, but then I am also a bit of a tinkerer. I do tinker with some things where it's like, yeah, it's working, but what if it worked a bit better? Alright. What was I doing here? I blanked out at this point. Alright, I think that's as far as I've gotten so far. So that's a high bounce off it, and we're going to pick up another saw. Alright, so it's it still feels kind of fresh, and I'm still learning things. Not headbutting the same brick wall. I often do that with saws. I forget that they clip basically halfway into a wall when they touch it, because all your senses are involved in just what's happening in the game. It's I don't know if it's healthy, but it's something. Alright. Oh! No! Yeah, that whole time jumping over there, it was like, this seems too sparse. there is a Kaizo block here somewhere. I'm gonna get absolutely demolished by something, but it was hesitation. It was the real killer. So we've got a damage boost section coming up. I saw a second mushroom sitting up in the ceiling. Whereas with this, it's just same sort of thing over and over again. Okay, mushroom, mushroom. No! Why? Why left? Did I jump too far and then turn left? And then this section is great. Oh man, I love this. Like at first I was confused and then I was upset. But now I'm just impressed that I managed to make that happen. There's nothing, I don't think there's anything the creator can do to make it go the opposite direction like next time. That's entirely on me. I'm inventing ways to troll myself at this point. Come on. Alright. Okay, so just to explain myself for a second, I was like, I want to make sure that I'm going to be moving right when I trigger the mushroom so that it's going to go to the right. So I was like, I'm not going to land in the middle, no, I'm going to land as far left as possible. Yeah, look, I used to be, I'm not going to say I used to be all over Twitch. You know, I pretty much, because you know, a lot of it is American stuff, and that doesn't usually line up really well with my time zone. I would often be watching VODs, just watching past broadcasts essentially. So I never really got too much into the interaction side of things. I was really excited when they added VODs to the mobile app. That really helped me out a lot with being able to catch up on some stuff. All right. I didn't see what was on the right. Okay, up pipe. Oh, we have the orb. We have the orb, okay. Credits. Nexus. Alright, I'm not going to hit credits. Let's see what this is. This is probably going to be the part where we find out, oh, you need that green switch. The Nexus. So. Oh! The curse of reading the comments and learning about the green switch, it continues to haunt me. Was not necessary at all.